Somebody asked the question whether Gayatri Mantra should not be chanted by women. There is no such requirement, and anybody can use it. There is no distinction of that kind when it comes to spiritual subjects.
Rajan, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, these days I have my pain on the left hand side of the head, and then my head is always heavy, whole day, and some anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
See, you have changed a lot in the from the time in the last year and a half or two. Can you feel a change in the way you have it has happened for you?
My cough has gone down, and then also when I do your meditation, at the end I feel much better.
No, what has gone down, you said?
My coughing has gone down.
Oh, okay, it's gone down. Okay, very nice, very nice.
But
So the thing that is happening is, as of now, from before, many things have improved and changed for you, and the change is still happening. Okay, and it will take a little bit longer time. But in the meantime, what is happening for you, what you feel, the cold in the head, the pain in the head, is largely because of the cold weather. I will recommend that you wear a cap or a hat to cover your head most of the time.
the halfway, the pain, and a heavy.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That will help you to some degree.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. So now we are ready to begin, and there are questions in the chat box. I will answer all of them at the end of our session. So let's begin with 3 ohms as usual. And we have some new people today, so I will need to kind of give a little bit of a background on what we do after our 3 ohms. So let's begin with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. So just to give a little bit of a background on what we are doing over here, we do what is called the Tantra Yoga style. Most people, when they hear of yoga, they think of the Hatha Yoga that you see in the yoga studios that requires a mat and various other props with which they do. But what we do here is Tantra Yoga. What is the meaning of Tantra Yoga? Tantra, unlike the Hatha Yoga is focused on physical cleansing of the body. The Tantra Yoga is based upon vibrational cleansing of the body. And of course, the third way of cleansing is the mental cleansing, which is Bhakti Yoga, letting go of everything, the power of positive affirmation and things. So The Tantra Yoga approach is most convenient for people who are not in body is not in a physical shape where it can bend and do things like the way in which you can do with Hatha Yoga. And so in this, we have about 3 or 4 different components of our practice. In yoga, we say we work with 3 levels of our body. The first level is the gross level or the physical element. The second level, we say, is our vibrational element. And the third level, we say, is our programmed element. These are called, the gross element is called the gross body, or the what is called the Sthula Sharira in Sanskrit. And the vibrational body is sometimes called the subtle body, that is called the Sukshma Sharira in Sanskrit. And then the causal body, the body that is the programmed entity, is called the causal body or Karna Sharira in Sanskrit. So we first, what we do, there are stresses that can occur when there is conflict at any level. So most of our yoga practices related to physical and breathing exercises will take care of any conflict that is in the zone between the physical body and the subtle body, the vibrational body. But then deep-seated stresses, which comes from deviating from your cosmic program, those elements are conflicts that are even deeper. And there it leads to mental health issues and autoimmune conditions. So we begin with Chakra Vibrations, which addresses those issues. And we use a lot of mantras in various places also to deal with that. And aside from that, we do the regular, the lower level stresses that deals with breathing practices and this physical emotions. And of course, finally, yoga is all about experiencing what is beyond the physical world and body. And so we always end with meditative practice, and so that people may, over a period of time, develop the higher awareness. So with that as an introduction, I see here a few more questions coming in. I saw here some new people come in, and anybody who is new who wants to introduce themselves are welcome to do so. You can just unmute and speak up. I have promoted most of you into the panelist realm. So unless you're in the panelist realm, you cannot speak. So there you go. Okay. So if nobody is speaking up, we can begin with our rest of the session. So the first element is the disclaimer that in participating here, you recognize that you're responsible for your well-being. Our guidance is that whatever you do has to be done with ease and without strain or stress in the system. Unlike exercise practices, which are intended to burn calories and strengthening and all of that, yoga is about stimulating the communication in our subtle dimension, which is called the nadis of the body. And so the nadi stimulation can occur only if you stimulate without stress in the body. So all the practices we do should be done without any strain or stress. If you have strain, there will be stress in the body, even if it is minimal. So the guidance is to keep your spine straight, and keeping your spine straight allows for the brain and the central nervous system to optimize vitality in the body. And the second thing is, in all motions, be smooth and gentle. And to make sure you're smooth and gentle and not doing anything with jerky movements or fast movements, watch your breath. As long as the breath is slow and regular, you will find everything will be smooth and gentle. So with that as the guidance, and with the understanding the liability of your participation in this program is entirely yours, we begin. Now bring your awareness to the perineum. This is where we are beginning with the chakra vibration. Here we visualize a column through the middle of the body, from the perineum to the middle of the top of the head, and along that column, we at 7 points we will focus and we will stimulate a vibration, a mantra. And when we stimulate, you can try to squeeze that organ system if it is that area, if it is possible. Like for example, in the perineum, squeezing your buttocks, you can squeeze it, so that's fine. There may be other places you cannot squeeze, so just try to mentally squeeze there. So focusing on the perineum and pressing on the little finger with the thumb, we begin with LUM. Take a deep breath in. LUM. 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 Release the fingers, continue. LUM. 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 Now bring your awareness an inch or so above the perineum, and pressing on the ring finger, we do VUM. 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 Release the fingers and continue. VUM. VUM. Now bring your awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body, and there we do RUM, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. RUM. 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 Ram. 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 Release the fingers, continue. Ram. 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 Last time. Ram. Now bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do yum, pressing on the index finger with the thumb. Yum. 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 Release your fingers, continue. Yum. Bring your awareness to the throat, and here we do hum, thumbs up, loose fist. Hum. 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 Release the hand and continue. Last time. Now bring the awareness to the middle of the head, and there we do chum. So when we do chum, again thumbs up, loose fist. Chum. So I didn't answer the question exactly where is the middle of the head. The best way to do it is bring the fingers right to the edge of your eyes and slide it till it hits the ear. Where it hits the ear, the two fingers are pointing to the middle of the head. Literally, it is behind the middle of the bridge of the nose. That's where you want to focus. So let's continue. Chum. 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 Release your hands and continue. Chum. 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 Top of the head, you want to do Om, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand. Continue. Last time. Now we go on to Ujjayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing, and those of you who know it, please proceed. For those of you who need instructions, bring your awareness to the lowermost part of the mouth that connects into the neck, specifically the hole through which food and air passes down. And focusing on that hole, make a big smile. As the cheeks come out, you'll find a slight stretch in the hole in the bottommost part of the mouth. Focusing on that stretch, inhale and exhale in slow, deep breaths. As you inhale, you will find that there is a mild sucking sensation. And when you exhale, it'll feel like a reverse sucking sensation. So please continue. Dalpat Bhai, your sensation is not strong enough. You need to have a little more of a sucking breathing. I can only check on people who are on video. Yes, all of you are good. Continue. Those of you who want to do any motion along with this, as you inhale, you can lift up the shoulders, and exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Continue. Make sure the focus is not lost from the throat. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we can stretch the hand up, inhale and look up as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring the chin down and bring the hands down, and you can continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, bring your awareness to the lowermost part of the spine, and from behind that place, feel a rising vibration to the middle of the body and going out of the top of the head. This only a visualization, and that visualization has a vibration that goes Hi Mem Hi Mem Hi Mem You don't say the mantra, you simply visualize the vibration going up. And it has no correlation with the breath. Your breath is unconscious breathing, like most of the day you're not even aware of your breath. Continue. Now, bring the awareness to the chest area and visualize the lungs are vibrating Haim, 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 Haim. Now, bring the awareness to the middle of the chest in between the breasts, and from there visualize a vibration going through the middle of the body and out of the head. And that vibration feels like home. So mentally go home, home, home. Now, before we go on to our spinal alignment and other practices, a couple of quick things I want to share with you. Hopefully you all know our website. The website is lifeinyoga.org. If you just press in lifeinyoga.org, you will get it over there. And in that segment, the upcoming events you have, there are CME courses, that is continuing medical education courses, that are already posted for registration for 2022. There are 3 of them on March 12th, May 21st, 22nd, and September 10, 11. 3 programs. If you click on it, it would take you to that page, and you'll be able to see all the descriptions over there. Now, the other one is about the yoga retreat that we have March 26th to April 3rd in Florida. So by clicking on that, you can go and see all the information over there. And if you want to register, then our measured yoga therapy training program, that is an open, we begin anytime. And then the daily online yoga. Many people keep asking me, can you register me and all of that? All you need to do is give this link to people. The moment you click on more this thing, if you want to register for the morning session, simply click on that 7 a.m. session and it will take you over there. All you need to do is go put your name and email address and you are registered over there. So that is the easiest way to do. Give this link to anybody. You can do it 8 p.m. You can register for all the sessions if you wish. So I'm going to close out over here and let's get back to our session. So today, let's begin with Kapalbhati. So we haven't done that for a while. So bring your awareness to your belly area. And the best way to do it is, I'll give a little bit of a sideward profile. First, begin by drawing in the belly. So it is like the whole back is stretched out and the belly is drawn in. From that position, we begin exhaling. And literally, we are actually pulling up the diaphragm, but the movement you feel is like the belly going in. So, and you do it smoothly. Obviously, it is going to be a short breath. And because the short breath, it is not going to be like slow breathing. It will be relatively rapid compared to normal breathing. However, it is still gentle and without any strain. Ravinder Singh, you may want to be careful. I see you nodding over there. There should be no, the effort should be so little that there shouldn't be movement in the shoulder or other parts of the body. So if there is movement in the shoulder, then there is too much strain in the practice that you're doing. Now, we will go on to the Bahya Kumbhaka. That is, we take a deep breath in first, and then as we exhale, we pull up the pelvic floor like squeezing the buttocks, and we continue to exhale, taking the belly in. And as we continue to exhale and empty the chest, we bring the chin down to the chest. We hold out the breath as long as is comfortable for you. Then you begin taking another deep inhalation in, and again you go through the same exhalation process, pulling up the pelvic floor, abdominal area in, emptying the chest and chin coming down. So like this, let's do 5 breaths. I'll go a little bit back so you can see better. Okay. Last exhalation. Now, we are ready to go on to the normal spinal alignment exercises we do, beginning with the neck. So let's begin by sideward movement. As you exhale, bring one ear towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, go towards the other ear. Inhale, come back up, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Now as you exhale, bring the chin down to the chest, and we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle, and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now we go in the reverse direction. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders and the hands in a loose fist below the chin. And as you inhale, go around the wrist, opening out the palms. And as you exhale, make a fist and come. Inhale and exhale. Remember, the elbows are also moving. When you exhale, the elbows go high, the fist comes low. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now let's go reverse. Inhale half a circle and exhale, complete the circle. Last inhale and last exhale. Interlock the fingers and bring it behind the head. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Get hold of the elbows behind the head. As you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale, come back. Exhale, pull on the other elbow. Inhale, come back. And continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Get hold of your hands behind the back. Get hold of your elbows or wherever it will reach. Take a deep breath in, expand the chest, pull back the shoulders, and as you exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Now, get hold of your hips behind your back and pushing on one hand, make a backward arch. And as you exhale, come forward. In the next inhalation, push on the other hand and make the backward arch. Exhale, come forward. Continue making the alternative arches. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we go on to crossing one leg over the other. Get hold of the knee, and as you exhale, pull it to the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn. And inhale, release. Continue. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now cross over the other leg. As you exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now we go on to our alternate nostril breathing. In the alternate nostril breathing, we start with, for those of you who are new, you start with inhalation from the left nostril. Feel the awareness go through the opposite side and lodge right in the middle of the forehead at the hairline. And when you exhale through the other nostril, feel the exhalation awareness come that way. Inhale from that nostril, bring the awareness here. Exhale, bring it the other way. Now, if you like to keep your finger right in the middle of the forehead at the hairline and simply inhale there and exhale, feeling going towards the feet, it has the same effect as the alternate nostril breathing. Continue. Now, let's go on to the first round of the Bhastrika. As we exhale, feel the bottommost part of the sternum being drawn in, and the neck and the face like they are all letting go of everything. And then when you inhale, feel like the bottommost part of the sternum is being pulled out. You feel the belly fill up and the chest fill up and shoulder pull back as you visualize that. With that visualization, let's do it. Let's begin with exhalation. We use the hands to reinforce the movement. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Now, take a deep breath through the right nostril, hold the breath, Observe the sensations within and exhale through the left nostril when you can hold no more. Now we go on to our spinal mantra, and today we will do the fast motion. So here we go. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 I'm Shim Jim Jam I'm 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 Om. Now we go on to two more rounds of Bhastrika. Let's begin with the exhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath through the right nostril. Hold the breath and exhale through the left. Let's go on to the next round. Let's begin with exhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath through the right nostril, hold the breath, and exhale through the left. Now mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything, I let go of everything, I let go of everything. As you mentally let go of everything, feel the shoulders become lighter, perhaps even the head. If you have a personal mantra, you can focus on it. Or the generic thing that helps everyone is bring your awareness behind the lowermost part of the sternum and feel a rising vibration going through the middle of the body and out of the top of the head. And the rising vibration is 3 syllables. Haim Im Om, Haim Im Om, Haim Im Om, Haim Im Om. And as you focus on that visualization, we will have Om playing in the background, and you just continue with that meditative awareness. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as the thought, become aware of your senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And whenever you're ready to open your eyes, raise the palm of your hands and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. With that, we complete the meditation. Keep the quietness within, and we will go to answering all the questions that are there. And once we have answered those questions, people who have additional questions can feel free to speak up. So now, let me make sure. Okay, so the first question that was there was, is it, okay, interesting. The question that, Tammy had put over there is somehow missing over there.
I see only one question in the chat box.
I orated it. I didn't type it in. I asked you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you orally asked that. Okay. So what we will do is, your question is a little bit of a deep question, so I'll answer it in detail. So all the quick questions I'll answer quickly. What pranayam are the benefit of motion? Ujjayi. What are the benefits of Ujjayi Pranayam? Okay. Ujjayi Pranayam is known to be anti-inflammatory. Okay. So in other words, by being anti-inflammatory, it also has the effect of afferent nerve sensitivity, increasing it. So physically, if there is inflammation practically in any part of the body, Ujjayi Pranayam will help you. Specifically for people who have snoring and sleep apnea, because of the afferent nerve sensitivity, it actually allows the energy to flow better in the pharyngeal area, and so as a result of which, that is also known to have been helpful for that purpose also. In some people, it is also helpful towards thyroid deficiency. So it is so useful. That is why we keep it for a daily practice. We keep all of that. Okay. Now, the motion that we do is completely optional. We do that motion because it is anti-inflammatory. Whichever area of the body you stimulate or draw your attention to, it'll work more on that. Any kind of stiffness you have in any part of the body, to open up with that motion, it directs the energy there. In fact, you don't need motion. You can actually keep it stretched out in that point, it would still work. But then, since the rhythm of the breath is there, the motion becomes a logical way, and many of you find that as a good warm-up and loosening exercise. Okay, the next question we have is there a reason we use the last syllable or last alphabet of the Hindi alphabets in Chakra Vibration? What she means is, we use lam, vam, and the sound, ma sound, ma is considered the last alphabet. Actually, not really. In the when you go into the extension, it goes beyond. But the reason ma is used is for a different reason. In fact, the moment you do you'll feel that the vibration is moving up and you feel the resonance over the head. in the Upanishadic philosophy, when they say Om has three embedded syllables in it, A, U, and Ma, they say A is for Brahma, and U is for Vishnu, and Ma is for Maheshwara. So actually what it is the is the sound that has the higher impact for cosmic connectivity. So that sound is added in all of them, and that is the reason. Okay. Now the next question we have is, let's see. Okay. So now we can go to Tammy's question. So the Tammy's question was, what is the purpose of yoga? Is it self-realization? Right, Tammy? That was the question? Okay. So the thing is, you see, yes, the purpose of yoga is self-realization. But on the other hand, the purpose of yoga is much more than that. So, for instance, in the second sutra of the Yoga Sutras, it says, Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. In other words, yoga is not being affected by the activation of our inner programs. The inner programs make you who you are, the way you talk, whatever you do at each moment, and not being affected by it is yoga. So what do you mean by not being affected by it? It means that you have your inner awareness anchored into the cosmic intent, and you, as a product of the cosmos coming into this body, you have your own special duty in life, which is called your special duty or your swadharma. So for you to fulfill your dharma, as long as you're not affected by the flow of all the things that are happening in your senses, you can be true to your conscience, and you can have the inner awareness of what you're meant to do intuitively. That intuitive awareness, developing that, is the purpose of yoga. But now that enables you to fulfill the purpose of your life. So in other words, what is really self-realization? The real self-realization is realizing that each one of us is an instrument of the cosmic flow, being here in order to fulfill a larger cosmic purpose. And realizing that purpose and fulfilling it is the purpose of yoga. Now, along the way, many more things come, and there is an outcome and result that happen, and those are simply additional byproducts, right? So what are those byproducts? That intuitive awareness can lead you, as people get more and more connected. Some people who have certain kind of programs embedded within them, and this is there in the Atmanadi. For instance, Tammy, you have the ability to sense, and quite a bit over there. So when you sense these things, that sensory ability is not something everybody may have. Other people have sensory ability, and they figure out what it is, and they are able to project their intent also. The projecting the intent is not strong for you, Tammy. So the thing is basically, so that is the inner program. So all of these, with these abilities, when you're able to do things, sense beyond the body, then those are called special abilities that come in order for you to fulfill your swadharma, or your purpose for which you're born. But they are not really the purpose of yoga. Okay? It is only an aid to fulfill the purpose for which you're born. Now, once you realize you're an instrument of the cosmic flow and you fulfill your duty, then what is the final state in which the entity that we call as you or me or whatever, what is that entity? The entity is simply what we call the soul, or what we will call as a unique identity that goes over many lifetimes. And that one is nothing but a little transmitter receiver with its unique, what will you say? In the internet world, they call it as the MAC ID. So it has a unique ID, and that unique ID is something that is known to it from one lifetime to another until it reaches a state where it will not go into rebirth. Actually, let me be a little more careful. Until it reaches a state where it gets dissolved. So when does it get dissolved? It gets dissolved when all the purpose of its existence is over, and it is in a state where there is no more connection or attachment anywhere. There is no use for rebirth, and there is nothing that is anchoring it. So at that time, that becomes the last birth. This whole thing dissolves. What is the meaning of it dissolving? Because that little transmitter receiver is subtle matter. When we say subtle matter, vibrations are all subtle matters. They're moving vibrations. So it is the nature of vibrations. Vibrations by itself have the nature of particles in them. So those particles, which are program particles, which is why it creates a vibration, they stop vibrating, means those program particles become part of the cosmic particles that are there everywhere. So there is no more identity, it is fully dissolved. That is one option. But then there is another option, that is, if the entity, all the programs are fully dissolved, but yet one program stays. That one program is, you are always connected to the concept of God that is beyond all creation, that is beyond all name and form, and you are always connected to God. Then in which case, in whichever way in which you are connected, that connection stays with you all the time. And that is the concept of being in heaven, close to God, and things like that. There is one other thing that is very important to realize, is if people have conception of God, of a name and form, anything you give a name and form becomes a spirit. And so unless you can go beyond name and form, anything that is of name and form will limit how far you go. In that case, you don't really go into the highest plane, but you hang elsewhere. And that is the kind of place where it's like an attachment, where you will need to dissolve that as well. And that is the reason yogis on a daily basis give offering to 3 kinds of entities that don't carry a physical body like us. That is, the devas that enable your sensory perception, the rishis that are the operating system of the cosmos and everything that we are, and then to the departed souls, the pitris. So what happens is, people who have attachments into less than God, and they hang out there, by giving the offering to the departed souls, they also dissolve over a period of time. So that is the understanding of our Yoga Sutras, and how we lay out what is the purpose of yoga. So the purpose of yoga is only to realize we are only instruments of the cosmic flow, and to be able to intuitively sense what is the purpose of our life and fulfill it. That is all is the purpose of yoga.
Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. Also, could you just review what moksha is? I have my own definition, which is not a definition, but
Literally the word moksha means release. Okay? And the thing is, you see, the release, what is the nature of release? The release is when whatever is the programs that are there of that soul, everything dissolved, there is no more identity, the soul matter gets dissolved into the cosmic vibrations that are there. The best way to understand it is, if you think in terms of a magnetic medium, like you have stored data or whatever, if you wanted to erase the data, how does it get erased? It gets demagnetized. In other words, what happens is, though in the olden days when we used to carry diskettes, or if they had these tapes and all of this, all they will do is they will put it near a huge source of electromagnet. Everything over there will get wiped out. Okay, it's a demagnetization process. That is the meaning of the final moksha.
So that's technically what you just described before I asked that question, was the moksha then, right? Where we all
Yeah.
dissolve to nothing.
Yes. Okay, any other questions? Feel free to unmute and ask.
Dr. Rajan, see, I have a question. See, Atma, Sharir, and Karma. These are the things I understand, because Atma has bad karma, so they go to the different form, maybe they become animal, man, they suffer and all these things. So I couldn't understand your definition of stool sharma, and where is the Atma, and then where is the karma, how the karma affects us, like that.
Yeah, you must pardon me, but I don't think you really know what is Atma, nor you know what is Karma. The thing is, you see, you know them mentally, but you don't fully realize what they are. When we talk of Atma, Atma is simply a transmitter with a unique ID, transmitter receiver. So you probably didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
And when you talk of karmas, karmas are nothing but programmed vibrations that are sitting within you. They are in the cosmos. They can descend. Descend within you. They can create situations around you. They can impel you into doing things. They are all really programmed. It's all electromagnetic programs,
So Atma
right?
is a transmitter. Atma is a what?
Atma is only a transmitter receiver
okay, and
with a unique ID.
and the karma.
Just like your mobile phone is a unique ID, whereby only it receives the call when you dial out or receive when somebody calls you.
Okay, and karma or what did you say? Karmas are what?
Karma is simply a program.
Program. Okay, and
Yes.
the body is because of the program. And what is the role of God in that? The God is
Okay. What if where from did you come? What is the source of all creation?
from God is created us.
Exactly.
So okay. So
Okay.
we merge in the God. Our aim is to merge in the God.
The thing is that our aim is to fulfill the purpose of our creation as a cosmic creation, to do our swadharma. And if we do that, then in which case we will either become dissolved without identity and blend into the cosmic energy like everything else, or you may reach and be connected with God. There are two options. That is why some religions, like the Semitic religions, have a concept of merging with God, and even the Vishishta Advaita and Dvaita have that concept of merging with God. Whereas on the other hand, Buddhism, Advaita philosophy, Jainism, they have a sense that everything dissolves. There is nothing left. Yes, Janaki Ram Polani, go ahead.
Yeah. We talked about the conflicts between the subtle body and the gross body. Our yoga is supposed to be resolving those issues.
Yes.
Are they identifiable?
Are they identifiable is what you asked?
Yes.
Actually, I'll give you an example. Okay? Now, think of yourself. You have in your mind, I have to get this job done. I have a deadline today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you push yourself to get it done, right? So, when you push yourself to do, there are a number of things you have already done. In yoga, we say, let things be done. You don't have a sense of I am doing. I have to do. So when you push yourself to meet a deadline, you have already brought your I into it. Okay? So you are in overdrive. Now, think in terms of a pump. Okay? An electrical pump. or think in terms of any electrical instrument. If you push it beyond its capacity, what is going to happen? Eventually the circuit will burn. Right? So what happens is, that is the nature of the stress that is being caused within you. Now what happens is, in your case, you don't fully die because of stress, like a pump may die or some electrical instrument may die. Whereas on the other hand, it creates enough disturbance where, in order to accept that additional load that you have created because of bringing the I within you, it ends up manipulating the programs in order to survive the body. Right? Then in which case, all the dysfunctions begin to start. Right? So what happens is, the concept of overdrive, even though it may be a job you have to do, the concept of pushing yourself is the first level of stress between the body and the gross body and the subtle body. Now, the bigger stress that comes is you're supposed to be doing one thing, but you don't want to do it, you want to go away from it. So that means you're violating your swadharma. That is a place of bigger stress. Now, by everybody's swadharma, you need to understand that life brings various things and you need to move along. You cannot hold grudges and you cannot keep unhappinesses and things like that within you. And you cannot have the sense of a memory of hatred or happiness and things like that. You need to just be in the moment and move along. So now, when people have these deep-seated grudges, anger, all of those are the ones that create autoimmune issues, as well as when people violate the cosmic flow and they deviate from there. Right? So those are the deep-seated stresses. So you can understand how in the regular aspect of our pranayama and exercises that we do, it is relatively easy to take care of the overdrive nature that brings the I in there. Whereas when you have there has been a big shift within your system as a result of you having any kind of feeling towards others which are long lasting, which you are unable to forget, or in the subconscious level, or going against what your normal plan of life was. Those are the kind of things which are in the deeper stress, which the chakra vibrations and mantras help to correct. Yeah.
Can I interpret them also to be physical abnormalities or sicknesses or something?
Of course, when you have an autoimmune issue, it is a physical abnormality, right?
Yeah.
When you get type 2 diabetes, it's an autoimmune condition. Actually, not type 2. I mean, insulin resistance is an autoimmune condition. Cancer is an autoimmune condition. Lot of people who develop this frozen shoulder, one component of it is really autoimmune condition that results in degeneration of tissues. So a degeneration of tissues are all autoimmune condition where there is no other explanation.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean premature degeneration. Yeah. Hema ji, go ahead. You have to unmute.
I'm sure you must be knowing the Buddhist monk who passed away about 9 days ago.
Yes, yes.
I was watching his funeral services and all that, and I read about him. He had a stroke 2014, and he survived till now. So like about 7-8 years, he was suffering from it. He could not speak at all after the stroke. So I was just wondering, that person like that, he had to suffer so much, why?
Well, let's make sure others are muted. Otherwise, it'll end up, yeah, okay. So the thing is, you see, you probably know that in the life of Krishna, right in the end of his life, it is said that Krishna died because a hunter shot an arrow and it hit his foot, and that's how he died, right? And the hunter did not intend to kill him, but was an accidental thing. And then it is said that because in the previous life, in the form of Rama, hiding behind the tree, he had killed Vali, right? So the thing is, you see, that karma is what made him do that kind of thing, right? So anybody who is in the body, whatever might be the karmas they have come, it will come to haunt them.
It may be many lives back. It can be.
It may be life back or within the same life. There are ways to clear out karmas. And that's the karma cleansing technique we will talk about when we go into our retreat. And that'll be one part of it.
Yeah, I was just watching it, and all those monks, I mean, just quiet. There is nothing on them, on their face, no expression, nothing. Just like mute bodies are standing there and doing things what they're supposed to be doing. It was amazing sight. I was watching it and I said, my God, how can they achieve those things? And then at the same time, I was thinking about that, how come he's suffered so much, even though he had done so much good stuff and he was monk from childhood, and what can he do wrong, But
well, the thing is, you see, Buddhism and Jainism brought actually it is less of Jainism and more of Buddhism brought this idea that life is a waste of time. Okay, so the only good thing you can do really is shave your head, become a monk, and don't have any attachment to anything material in life and go away, right? But that is not the Sanatan Dharma philosophy. And that is not the philosophy of all the, particularly Judaism, which is the source of the Semitic religions, right? So the idea is that you're born to do your swadharma, right? So the thing is, you see, anybody who wants to shave their head and become a monk, I really consider them as people who have lost their intuitive guidance and track. Their GPS is out of shape. Yes, Sundara Kulkarni, go ahead.
There are a lot of astrologers kind of look at your horoscope or whatever, and they say this is their last life. How can they say something like that looking at astrology? Is it possible? I've heard them telling about it to somebody, and we kind of say, how do they know that?
Okay. See, what happens is the astrological view is based upon their view of how the grahas or the cosmic forces over there, how they are affecting, and that is their way of expressing. Okay. Now, I cannot tell you whether astrology is 100% correct or not.
Yeah.
Okay. So in their own belief system and rule-based things or whatever other techniques they use, they may say that. But as I said, I cannot confirm it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, generally, these astrological charts indicate your orientation of how your life will flow.
Oh, okay.
And the key part is, for instance, if you ask my mother, and I have two siblings, my brother and my sister, they are not sitting and doing yoga and doing what I'm doing over here. There is no relationship to what they are doing. Okay? And so why is it the way I am? In fact, what it is my mother's father, my maternal grandfather, he actually looked at he prepared the astrological charts for all the children in the family. And he actually said, mine was the best chart among all the children and all the people in the family. Okay?
Mhm.
And so the thing is basically, what is the meaning of the best chart? You see, many people will think that best means you make a lot of money, you become a very famous person or whatever, and all of those kinds of things. But in the astrological view, there is something called the more spiritual orientation, which sometimes people look upon as best or whatever, right? So, so how can I, the astrology and what they do, there is some correlation, but we cannot always be certain that is 100% correct.
Thank you.
So we'll close over here. It is 7:30 and we will catch up tomorrow. And as you know, we have about 10 minutes time before we begin at 5:30, where we take up any questions that come up. Namaste.